I knew from a very young age that I am not only going to be a soldier, but I wanted to be a paratrooper. My dad was a paratrooper. I'm named after a paratrooper who was killed in the 1973 Yom Kippur War. So it was really like not if, but when. One of my first operations ever was entering a Palestinian home. You take over a house and use the house as a military point. And I remember the feeling of entering someone's house in the middle of the night, waking an entire family up, locking them in a room, and the house was ours. And I tried to find justifications for it. I tried to convince myself that this was okay. I couldn't convince myself anymore. Breaking the Silence is an organization of former Israeli soldiers. We basically have come together to do a pretty simple thing, to let people know what it's like to maintain a military occupation over millions of Palestinians, and to talk about it from our own experiences. When I joined the military in November 2004, I came in with a lot of enthusiasm. I thought I could be this good guy in a shitty situation. But when I started my actual service and I started the real duty, which was maintaining the occupation, I not only realized that this was happening and that I was part of it, but I felt that I have a responsibility to let my society know about this. The feeling that I'm coming in to protect my society, together with the feeling that I'm actually destroying another, just couldn't fit together. What drives me and what I think is the drive behind Breaking the Silence is very simple. We're trying to pick up a mirror to our society and say, hey, look, this is a reflection. This is what you sent us to do. This is what you're sending us to do. I think specifically the voice of soldiers is important for sure for what we're trying to achieve, is to create this awareness and debate. What we're doing now is still serving our country because we were sent there and we know what it's like. So it's much more difficult to dismiss. There's an opening here. There is a possibility of actually building a community that looks the reality straight in the eye and says, this is not the way we want to continue living.
In a very rapid pace, I realized that my job is actually to maintain an apartheid system. Very early on, I understood that the rights that the Jewish settlers have are not the rights that the Palestinians have. I understood that I cannot touch a Jewish settler if he is attacking a Palestinian. The best I can do is call a local police department to come handle it, like I would do at home in Jerusalem. So these Jewish settlers that live in Hebron are living under the same rights that I live in Jerusalem, but the Palestinian next to them, next house over, next building over, sometimes next apartment over, lives under my rule, my military rule. And I can do whatever I want with him.
קדימה. שימו מסכות על הפנים כולם. קדימה, אוריה. שימו פה כאן אל הדלת.
בבקשה.
כל ולד על בית, ליאון.
كله نايم. كله نايم.
كله ליאון.
كلهم صغار ولا فيهم هون سقعد.
כל ולד ליאון.
كله كتان.
في غرفة واحدة. في غرفة واحدة. تعال شوفهم كلهم الأولاد نايمين في غرفة واحدة، خليهم في غرفة.
כל ולד ליאון.
طب ما هي نايمين حرام يعني نفيهم صغار.
עכשיו, קדימה.
بוא تستكير عليه.
כל ולד ליאון.
كله نايم.
כל ולד ליאון.
لبقيت ولد صغير لما يشوف الدنيا ليل ويشوفكم جايين على هون راح يموت خوف وسرعة. لو هي ما في
כל
الغرفة.
ולד ליאון.
עכשיו,
כל ולד ליאון.
بוא تستكير عليه.
אכפת לי להסתכל, כל ולד ליאון.
حرام يعني نفيقهم. تعال تفرج هيهم يعني الأولاد هون نايمين في الغرفة.
اسكت خلاص
يعني حرام بنت صغير نفيقهم.
استكير. كله ילדים קטן, كله.
حمام.
شو اسمه؟
نايف نعمان دعنا
نايف
نايف نعمان دعنا
شو اسمه؟
دلال
دلال
اه
هيك خلص.
بيمش تخافيش خافيش جيش خافيش.
هيك قديش عمره؟
هذا عمره شو اسمه 8 سنين.
ها؟
8
8 قديش عمره؟
وهذا عمره 11 سنة.
ها؟
11
11
شو هذا؟
اسمه
شو اسمك انت؟
محمد
محمد
لا اسمه شو اسمه؟
قصي
نايم الولد قصي نايف دعنا
وصاي
قصي نايف دعنا.
حتى الخطو
ايش؟ هذا من ايش هذا؟
السلك
بيلعب عند الحمام.
טוב, קדימה. סולם פה את כולם. סולם פה את כולם, גם את מעיף, דלה,
اه دلال
דלה,
عداي
עדיי, וחוצה.
قول له يا عداي شو اسمه
عدايوس
עדיוס?
عداي
עדיי? שו اسمך? חוסן?
قصي
חוסי.
ما يشوف من الدولة
هاي فتش الغرفة مرتين.
ليش انت بدك تصورهم يعني
ليش خايف خلاص؟
خايف يابا من الجديد يا ما شو بيدهم الصحيات شو بدهم
صور صهيب وصور وين وصور من الصهيبة
خلاص بيمش خلاص نامي. ليش خايف؟ خلاص روحي نامي يلا روحي خلاص خافوش خلاص.
I can take his home as a temporary base for a few hours to a few days to a few weeks. I can decide that I'm arresting the people of the house and tying them up to the fence of my base. If we will get an order to demolish their home or just lock their front door and don't let them out into the street their house is on, a street that only Jewish settlers can walk on and Palestinians cannot. So they have to walk through windows to yards, into the other side, into the Kasbah of Hebron. Realizing all of that in a very, very early stage in my service helped me understood that someone was lying to me along the way. I didn't feel like I'm protecting anyone. I didn't feel like I'm helping anyone feeling more safe. I felt like I'm terrorizing people. I feel like for the first time in my life, the boundaries between good and bad that I learned as a kid, and obviously I learned that I'm on the good side, was broken. I felt like I am the terrorist. And my job was literally to scare people so they cannot think about acting against the Israeli settlers or the Israeli military. That was actually our defined mission, to make sure that to instill fear in the hearts of Palestinians in Hebron. And that's exactly what we did.